Hey, this is Brandon with Ivy Creek, and today I'm very excited to walk through the Lenny project, which was a complete front to back, total makeover. Let's dive into it. So when Lenny first initially reached out, they own a beautiful home in the Myers Park area, and Lenny had a vision for the space of what he wants and how he wants to use it, and it worked perfectly for exactly who we are as a company as far as creating these amazing spaces that are both functional and fun. Once we had the general understanding of what the layout was going to be, that's when we then start diving into the material selection. And from there, we just had our pre-construction meeting with the project manager, refinalized materials, double-checked the layout, and then we were off to the races.
As a project manager, my job is to relay communication between the client, the company, and the crews, the installers, but then also to manage expectations between the client, the company, and kind of just work our way through things to keep, projects progressing. This client themselves were looking for like a functional space. So the guy was like an amateur golfer, so we ended up doing a lot of turf, chipping green, putting green, and then basically a bunch of landscaping and functionality around that in terms of hardscapes, pea gravel walkways, their little patio elements. Before they had a backyard, it was nice, big, but it wasn't functional to what they wanted. So we kind of tailored that space based off of, their vision with their designer. And then once we actually got that design, plans on site, we kind of just tailored it further and used that plan kind of as a guide to formulate to the space itself. But I think, they were super excited once everything was wrapped up and they got to actually enjoy the backyard. I think kind of made that space that before was, usable, but not functional to what their everyday needs were.
So I actually connected with Lenny today. I stopped by, said hey to him. We were just wrapping everything up. We walked through the space for at least 20 minutes and just connected on, the process and the changes we made. And one thing that stood out to me is he said every single morning he goes out in that space and he takes, I believe it was a bucket of balls, and he chips and putts a bucket of balls every single morning. And that to me is my favorite part, is making spaces that people, that draw people to come outside and, whether it's with family and friends or even just themselves, be able to have, more spaces to enjoy and just love life.
And I think for us as a company, that's our overall goal. Hey, we want people to be happy, but we want you to use your space and create something beautiful that you can utilize for, years to come, whether it's, making memories with your spouse, your kids, or, even your grandkids later on, roasting marshmallows on something, I think for us, it's really important that, we have that family-like atmosphere, in our company, but, we also want to share that with our customers, treat them like their family too.